Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Probably Plays YouTube channel. Today is Thursday. It is March 20th, and I'm breaking down every single game in the round of 64 today. It's a Thursday video and a Friday video combined. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible, but we're going to be running up at the 10-minute mark because I got to talk about what just happened. Texas going up against Xavier, covering for 38 minutes, 39 seconds. The only time we did not cover, the last minute of the game, as Fremantle dunks it. And I'm sorry, did the camera people not get paid for the last 2 seconds of the game? Because I'm pretty sure I had plus 3.5. It was a 6-point game with 2 seconds left. And we just zoom in on Zach Fremantle celebrating on the sideline. Where was the half-court shot? Where was the full-court heave? What was that camera work at the end of the game? It's under protest for me because I didn't see if the ball went in or out. There's no video. I don't know what the camera work was. I'm very upset that Texas just blew that game. It is what it is. Mount St. Mary's took care of business. Mount St. Mary's, pretty damn good team they've got there. I shouldn't say good. They were frisky. They had a lot of good players on that squad. But yeah, they're gonna run into Duke on Friday night. Could be trouble for them. Jordan Pope, big time foul trouble, 3 points in the game. Sucked. Couldn't find it to bet anyway, so we're fine. Hopefully nobody found it to bet. Even on PrizePicks couldn't find it. Ryan Conwell over to 3+3s. Hit one very early. I don't think he made another one. He was dealing with foul trouble. Texas had Fremantle and Conwell with 2+ fouls 9 minutes into the game, up by 13, and they did not cover 3.5. Welcome to March. I'm going to try really hard not to let that get me down. I have already pre-picked my plays, so I'm not gonna go away from the script. I might go away from the script. I'm gonna try not to go away from the script. But let's just get into it. We have round of 64, so we have 32 games to break down. I am very excited about this. I told you guys a week or two ago we're going to be betting every single game. $50 on each game. We've got $1,600 in the bank account. Would love for Texas to win so we can put a parlay in, but not going to be the case. I'm going to be breaking down every Thursday game, every Friday game, and I am hoping I know the Duke game's in going up against Mount St. Mary for Friday, but let's try to do this as quick as possible. Louisville against Creighton. We're taking Louisville. Disrespectful. The seeding for Louisville, they should be a 3, maybe even a 4, maybe even a 2, depending on not a 2, definitely a 3 seed for Louisville. They're top 10 in the AP. Getting disrespected. I think Chucky Hepburn's one of the better defenders in the country. He's going to lock up Ashworth on the outside. All you got to do is take away Ryan Cockburner, which is not very hard. All you got to do is get him in foul trouble or trip him, which is pretty easy because he's 7'5" or 7'4", whatever he is. And I don't know. People like to say Ryan Cockburn is a really good player. I just don't see it. I mean, he's just like Hunter Dickinson, but he's thinner. Anyway, High Point going up against Purdue. I've said it all season long. Purdue's not a good team. I think High Point is alive in this game. I'm going to take them with the points. Montana against Wisconsin. I've been told from multiple sources that Montana is one of the worst teams in the bracket. So do with that what you want. I'm going to take Wisconsin. It does suck that they had to play to the championship game. They lost, and now they have to play in Denver, which is tough for the elevation. But we'll take, say, 17.5 for Wisconsin there. SIU against Houston, I would have took 48.5. SIU, probably the worst team in the bracket. Houston, probably no Jawan Roberts. That's okay. They're still going to win this game by 30+. Alabama State against Auburn. I told my friends on, Tuesday night, first game, no matter what team wins, Auburn's going to beat them by 50. I still think that's going to be the case. Auburn minus 31.5. McNeese against Clemson. I think Clemson wins the game. I think McNeese is a very good story. Will Wade came out today, said he's leaving. Where did he? NC State. Going to NC State to be the head coach. Kind of weird to do that with your team in the tournament and 12 versus 5. Pretty, people are taking you to advance. Kind of a weird move to say you're leaving your team, abandoning them before the season's over, but that's just me. I will take the points, though, 7.5. I think they're alive in that game. I think Clemson's going to win by 3 points. It's going to be disgusting. Everybody likes BYU. Everybody's taking VCU to win this game upset. I think a lot of people are all right with VCU. If you watch BYU play Houston, I think they obviously played once in the regular season and then once in the championship game, or not championship game, but semifinals. Houston dominated BYU on the defensive side, and that's all VCU is going to do. It's just going to be disgusting defense from VCU. BYU's not going to have any open shots. VCU will get transition points. BYU's defense is not good. I'm going to take the 2.5 as VCU. Georgia, Gonzaga, and Gonzaga is in my Elite 8. So Gonzaga is going to roll against Georgia. They are disrespected as an 8 seed. I understand they have to be an 8 seed because of the conference they play in, but they're a top 9 KenPom team. They win that one. Wofford against Tennessee. Get ready to see the grandma shot from the free throw line. He's shooting 34%. The name slips my mind, but he's shooting granny style from the free throw line. And he's making 34% of his free throws. Should be fun to watch there. Tennessee, Arkansas. Coach Cal came out today, said they're going to be playing 7 deep, and really he'd like to be 5 deep. Terrell's going to be out for them. That's okay. Kansas is not a good team. Watch Kansas every chance I get. I've watched Kansas. I have a future on Kansas, $50 to win the title. It's a waste of money in there. Arkansas is going to win this game, I think, outright. Plus 4.5 for Arkansas. Yale's also alive in this one against A&M. Yale makes a ton of threes. Yale makes a ton of shots. They're a very good shooting team. A&M, they have good guard play. A&M, they're very aggressive down low. A&M does not make a lot of shots. Going to take Yale plus 7.5. I think Yale can win that game. So I think Yale probably advances over A&M, even though I love Buzz Williams and A&M. Drake against Missouri, another team. And people think Drake's going to win that one. If they can slow this game down to snail pace, which I know they can, they're the slowest tempo team in the country. Maybe something happens, but I think Missouri transition points, Missouri open shots from deep. I think they just get ahead by 5, 7, 8 points in the first half, and then Drake, with the way they play, is just not going to work. Missouri defensively is not horrible, so we'll take Missouri minus 6.5 there. Utah State and UCLA. Just based off of Cronin alone, I'm going to take UCLA. I think the smart pick is Utah State plus 5.5, but I'm going with Cronin. I said it on the breakdown, on the March Madness breakdown I did on Monday, I think it was. UCLA advances. I'm going to take UCLA against the spread. Omaha and the Johnnies. My brother used to go to Omaha, or he's Creighton. He says they're pretty good, but come on. Johnnies 18.5. Love that one. Another pick here. UC San Diego and Michigan. We're going to Michigan. UC San Diego, they force the most turnovers in the country. Michigan's not a very good team. They turn the ball over a lot. However, Mark Titus, ever heard of him? He was talking about this, and he was like, how many teams has UC San Diego played that has 2 7-footers that run the pick and roll? So I think Michigan down low is just going to be too much in this game. Trey Donaldson's not bad on the outside, and I think Michigan wins this one. Minus 2.5. Power 4 conference going up against UC San Diego. They haven't played anybody in the Power 5 this season. So I think Michigan wins this one pretty easily, minus 2.5. Texas Tech rolls against UNC. Baylor, Mississippi State, another game. People are all taking Baylor. I'm going to go Mississippi State. Josh Hubbard's the best player on the floor. Plain and simple. I like taking best players for opposing teams. I've done it with Memphis a couple times. Hubbard's the guy. In a toss-up game, I'm taking Mississippi State. Robert Morris, Alabama. Sorry, Robert Morris. Alabama's going to probably score 120 points in that game. Lipscomb, Iowa State. Muck it up. Iowa State, they're banged up right now. Gilbert might not play. Lipsy might not play. They might save those guys at round 32. It's going to be Curtis Jones out there with Jefferson. I think Lipscomb can muck this game up just a little bit. Plus 14.5 feels like too much. 11.5, I'd probably take Iowa State. 14.5, a little bit too much. Colorado State against Memphis. I'm going Colorado State. Source close to myself says this is a lock. I'm not going to give it out. Colorado State, minus 1.5. This is as close to a lock as you can get in the first round, is what I'm being told. Over Memphis, which I think Memphis was misseeded. Just going to say that. PJ Haggerty, really good. Colorado State's been really good this year. Clifford, amazing player. Mount St. Mary's going up against Duke. I actually just talked to my brother about this. I said if I can catch 30 with Mount St. Mary's, I was going to take him. Cooper Flagg not going to play. I'm going to take him. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You know why? Because every time that was going to be a switch. Every time I think Duke's not good, they beat an ACC team by 30-plus points. And obviously the ACC teams are probably better than Mount St. Mary's. So Duke's going to roll minus 32.5. Vanderbilt, I have them to win against St. Mary's. St. Mary's plays slow. St. Mary's better on the offensive side this season. Very good defensively. I think Vanderbilt just outscores them. I know St. Mary's plays really good defense. Gonzaga's found a way to beat them in the championship game. They put up a lot of points. I think Vandy can find a way to win that game. North Carolina against Ole Miss. I'm not going to overthink the North Carolina first game. I know that's what they did last time they made this deep run into the tournament. They won the play-in game, and they didn't lose until the championship or the Final Four, whatever it was. It's the law of averages. North Carolina couldn't miss a shot going up against SDSU. I'm taking Ole Miss, plus 1.5. Play there. Grand Canyon against Maryland, grab 5. One of my favorite teams to advance in the tournament pretty far. I'm going to take Maryland. Florida's going to roll over. You can make up to 25 bet selections at one time. Bruh. Did I just lose all my – I better not lost all my things. All right. So we got to put these in before we We got to put these in before we do it. Isn't there a way to just do all? Oh, boy, please pause. It's going to take a minute. Got to figure out where I left off, though. I know there's an option that you can just put 50 for all wagers, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. UCLA, Johnny's, Michigan, Texas Tech, and Duke, Vanderbilt, and Maryland. All right. Okay. Where were we? Oh, we were right here. Florida's going to roll over Norfolk, Kentucky. Troy can't make any shots to save their life from deep. Kentucky's going to make 23s and win that one by 40. It's an interesting game. Everybody thinks New Mexico's probably going to win. Marquette's battle test in the Big East. I know New Mexico, Donovan Dent's a really good player. Him and Cam Jones going to be a battle at the point guard position. Two of the best point guards in the country going head-to-head there. I just think Marquette's more battle-tested. I'm going to take Marquette. Big East is not an easy conference. I'm going to take Marquette to win that one. -3.5 to play. Akron and Arizona. Last year, I remember very specifically I took Akron. They were going to be my team. I'm a very big MAC fan. I love the MAC conference, Toledo being my favorite team of any team, even over Kansas. Toledo football, Toledo basketball. I loved it. But Akron, they made that 17-point run to beat Miami, Ohio for their championship game. I'm going to take Arizona. This is probably the worst draw that they could have got. They're a very good team. They're just not going to compete against Arizona. Arizona too big down low. Caleb Love on the outside. It's just not going to work for them. Give me Arizona -14.5. Oklahoma, UConn. I'm going to take Oklahoma with the points. UConn's going to win the game just off of Hurley alone. But Oklahoma's been very frisky. Fears and Jordan. I mean, they're gonna be competitive in this game. 5.5 seems like too many. Xavier, Illinois. Stick with Illinois. Xavier shouldn't have won that game. Even though, Xavier outshot Texas. I don't know how that was possible, but they outshot Texas extremely in the second half, and it felt like they couldn't miss a shot in the last four, and Texas couldn't make a shot. But I'm not sold on Xavier. Fremantle, he didn't play great. Conwell didn't play great. They got most of their scoring out of Maddox, which is disgusting, but it is what it is. Illinois -3.5. They're going to be Xavier. Michigan State's my pick to win it all, as you know. And then Oregon Liberty going to Oregon -6.5. So that is all the plays. We have 8 more to add. I think we had, what do we have, 24 in total? We had 30. Was it 24 the first time? We should have exactly 1,600 because Texas lost. I was going to make a parlay for you guys. But it is what it is. Maybe we'll make a parlay on Saturday if we have enough in the bank. Also, never bet more than you have. This is, I cleaned it out. We are cleaned out. So let's go take a look at them. My bets, they're all here. If you want to do it, go for it. Look at my sad Kansas bet in here. Oh God, I wish I could just delete it. I don't even care about the bonus bet. Michigan State's gone way down on that cash out. But yeah, as you know, Michigan State's the title winner for me. I put it in already, and those are the 32 bets we have. Let's go to the recap because I know a lot of people probably did not get all that. Here's the recap. Let's see if I can zoom in on this because I can barely see it. Every team I'm going to take, I did it with the spread. So Louisville -2.5, High Point +7.5, Wisconsin -6.5, and so on. I will update that because obviously the spreads have changed a little bit from what I have on that graphic, but I will update that a little bit. I took the loss with Texas, which is I really wanted to start this thing off with a win, but that's okay. Total bet 1650. I'm going to put the total winnings on the other side, and if you want to see the rest of them, there they are right there. But guys, that's going to do it for the NCAA basketball picks and props for Thursday and Friday, March 20th and 21st slated games. I hope everybody enjoys March Madness. If you enjoy the content, please sure drop a like on this video, and thanks for watching.